Hey, welcome to Vivtor in Second Life. And tonight is really going to be fun because I'm going to build a house. And I've been wanting to do this for a little while, and I've been kind of distracted by some of the other things going on in Second Life. But this is one of the funnest things to do in Second Life. So stick with me. We're going to be building a house from scratch. Downsize me. Yeah. Okay, let's get started right away. Hi, everybody. And I wanted to show what we're going to be working with. We've got plenty of space here. You need some land that you own, or you can work out something where you work in a sandbox. There is places to do this for free. You just have some few things you need maybe in your inventory. You don't need much, but this is something that is very handy. This is a collection of textures. So as you're building your objects, your home, a chair, whatever you want, you're going to be starting out first with a primitive. And actually, I will show you that a primitive is this right here. You can have it in different forms to start with. You really can't make a ball out of a box. There we go. Okay. You start with a primitive. This is one primitive. This is the square primitive. There we can do a wedge primitive. As you can see, you can get to different objects through different shapes. Of course, there's a needed sphere. We even have a tube, etc. And as you can see, actually I probably don't even have to pull these out. This graph over here is showing you whatever you pick, that's what you're going to work with. Once you get your object, then you're going to manipulate it. So you're going to stretch it. Possibly you might want it to not be that size. So as we did for this part of the fixture of this home, we're going to drag it up and drag it over and basically make it the size that you want. So I just wanted to kind of give you a little bit of background on that. So that would be using your build tab up here, clicking on build, and it gives you, looks like this magic wand is where you start bringing in your objects. So let's get this started. Actually, I'm going to delete that object. Delete that object. Every one of these individual pieces, this ball, is one prim. And there is a limit to prims that you have in, or at least they take count of them. So this pillar, even though it's pretty big, it's one prim because it's just one square that's been manipulated. There's not two things. If you would put something on top of this, which we're going to be doing to create this house, it would be a second prim. So I wanted to show you what this looks like. And then what we did was we used this collection of textures, and I put the texture of this stone wall on this pillar. So I just wanted to show how it starts to begin with. So let's just delete that. But if I needed two of these pillars and I wanted them the same size, or I can even change them later, I would hold the shift key down and drag. And if you're familiar with a lot of other programs that let you build and design The shift drag usually does copy, so now we have 2. And if I say one more time, I'm going to clip it out every time I say it. Okay, let's get building. This is a couple of objects I've got, kind of an inspiration. I always say I'm inspired by Jameson's designs. I like the open concepts. And in Second Life, I tend to go big. As they say, go big or get out of Second Life. No, they don't say that. But if you would walk around these rooms in here, even this smaller home has got high enough ceilings so you can see the whole experience. You can basically see the ceiling, and if it gets small and actually kind of what we would think of as normal size in First Life, you can't. It's almost like you're walking into a box. It depends on how you view the world. But that being said, I build big. So I used one of these primitives, put the texture on it, and decided that this is going to be kind of the height that I want. There's going to be a lot of glass and a lot of stone. And one of my two of my favorite things to combine when building a house. So we don't have a floor, and I think it's a really good idea to start with that. Kind of gives you your square footage in a way. This is also going to be a 2-story. It might have a loft. Might not be conventional 2-story. I usually like a loft that's looking off over with such space. I just really like having space. So we're going to build some more. We're going to start with another primitive of a square. And this is where we would manipulate it. Well, we're going to stretch. When it's smaller, you kind of have to zoom in. Then we're going to make it wide. Yeah, it's hard to grab these corners when you're... So what you can also do is if you go to the objects, all of your dimensions are right here under this tab of objects. Here's your positions and your sizes. So if I just grab this, I have a problem with XYZ. I never can remember what is what. So if I actually, we can find out very quickly. If I just start to enlarge, there we go, that's the length. So that being said, we're at 10 meters. So I could just quickly go this to 20 meters. And then, let's see, XY. Well, look at that. That's another one I'm looking for. So that's 1 meter. And if that's 20 meters, we want this probably 40 meters. I like them big. There's a lot of little intricate ideas, not ideas, but ways to manipulate these, and people that build regularly have got this down. I'm sure there's plenty of architects that have started doing some things in Second Life years ago because it was a new world, and the things they had learned come in handy to learn this platform quicker. I've got this vision in my mind. Yeah. I think this still is not... I want this to kind of be the cornerstones, no pun, of the size of the house.